Somalia's leadership, from public land to private loot. We never thought a system could be created in Somalia, where theft would be so openly legalized. Yet here we are. Minister Fiki once described the ruling Damul Jadid clique as a swarm of starving locusts. Wherever they land, they leave nothing behind. He even called for their schools to be shut down and for the teachers they employ to be arrested, accusing them of corrupting the nation. Today, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud is doing exactly what was warned of, distributing public land under the guise of legality. In one decree, he writes, "The people living on fenced land should be given legal rights." But here lies the problem. The decree does not clarify whether the land is gifted, sold, or granted under specific conditions. What is the value of land if it has already been sold? What are the requirements for beneficiaries? With a single sheet of paper, entire tracts of public land are being transferred on dubious terms. History reminds us that many of these lands, including the so-called fenced plots, were violently taken from ordinary residents through force, intimidation, and displacement. The people who once lived there are now IDPs, stripped of both shelter and rights. In Mogadishu, large commercial plots have already been sold to investors and resold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. While major corporations are erecting massive developments, the president, by issuing such decrees, creates a paper trail that suggests legitimacy. He will later defend himself by claiming, "I did not sell the land. I merely legalized the rights of those who lived there." In reality, the original residents, dispossessed and driven away, are no longer there to speak for themselves. Wealthy businessmen act as their representatives, buying the land cheaply, only to sell it again at exorbitant prices. This is not just mismanagement. It is a carefully engineered system of legalized dispossession. Hassan Sheikh shields himself from accusations of personal enrichment by avoiding direct payments at the time of transfer, but in practice, he enables a cycle of displacement, profiteering, and cover-up. It is theft disguised with ink. As the Somali saying goes, this is not the pickpocket who stole shoes from a mosque and begged forgiveness. This is institutionalized looting. One elder once told the story of a thief who became a wealthy merchant but continued stealing, even after amassing fortunes. When asked why, he replied, "I lived with hunger for 60 years. It doesn't leave me in a single day." Step aside, brother. And so it is with today's leadership. Yesterday, they lived on aid from NGOs and money earned by selling dates and biscuits. Today, they sit atop billion-dollar assets, manipulating public resources as though Somalia were their private shop. Yet the hunger, the greed remains. The lesson is clear. Somalia's greatest tragedy is not poverty, but the organized theft of its future by those